Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not foundation review on a new foundation that I found at Walmart, and it was thanks to you guys who recommended this to me. This is the new Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir, and it is a dropper foundation. This one is in the shade medium. I thought I had picked up tan, but I guess this wasn't the tan spot, and I guess that's what happened. So I'm hoping that this works. It's supposed to be an ultra nourishing, ultra fluid, weightless organic foundation. It improves appearance of skin tone and texture and delivers a silky second skin airbrush dewy finish. So I have been having a little bit of dryness on my cheeks. So I kind of been suffering from like combination skin, oily T-zone, and then dry cheeks because of the rosacea. So this kind of intrigues me because yes, I do have oily skin, but if it can have a little bit of some hydration, that extra hydration I need on my cheeks, then I'm gonna take it for sure. So the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do today, which is kind of different than what I usually do, is moisturize with the Tatcha Dewy Silk Cream. Typically, I like to moisturize with my Ultra Repair Cream, which I already did about 30 minutes ago. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and use this one because I feel like I need that extra hydration, especially on the cheek area. So I'm really gonna target this on the cheeks. It's a silky moisturizer. If you have dry skin, you're really gonna enjoy the Dewy Tatcha cream because it really just hydrates everything. Okay, so today for our primer, I'm gonna switch things up. I'm gonna be using my Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. It is really good for long wear, and it's also really good for brightening up your skin. So I'm gonna be placing this all throughout my face, and it gives me the prettiest like lit from within glow, and that's exactly what I'm going for. I just always have a hard time pumping it out. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna start in the center of my face. Also, in case you're wondering about my band-aid, my nail, like my tip and my fingernail, like my actual nail, literally cracked in half right here, like right at the bottom. Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad when I originally did it, but I'm trying to tough it out for a little bit before I go get my nails done or it fixed. God, this is what I get for putting tips on because they're long. I knew that one would break, and you guys know if you have ever had tips, like when it breaks, that pain. So we have the primer on, and now we can move on to the foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shake it like it tells me to. Let me take a sip of my tea. I love a good morning tea. Okay, so I'm gonna open this, and it looks like this, the dropper. So let me see what I can do. Just gonna drop a little bit of it. You can see the formula is very runny. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off on this side. And we are going to be applying it with our e.l.f. sponge. This is literally brand new. I just opened this one up. Ugh, I love a brand new sponge. It's about to get ruined, but it's okay. I thought the color was gonna be like pretty bad. Actually not that bad. It actually has really good coverage. I thought the coverage was gonna be kind of sheer, but it's actually really good. I feel like the tan may be a little bit more on the like orangey side, just from what I've experienced with foundations that don't have that many shades, which I mean, Physicians Formula, you need more shades, honey. Like the shade range needs to be expanded. So I probably would mix medium with tan to get like my perfect shade. So this is what it looks like. I feel like you can see some of my imperfections, and I feel like it's kind of like separating right around here with my rosacea. So let me go ahead and apply whatever I have left. It is a very silky foundation though. Like it feels extremely, extremely lightweight. Let me see. I'm just applying the leftover foundation where I need it. I'm not taking it up on my forehead or down in these areas because those areas are coated really well. So I'm just taking it exactly where I need it, right here. Oh God, I forgot how good it feels when you use a brand new sponge. I love the e.l.f. sponge. Okay, I think that did the trick. I think if you have like texture, rosacea, or blemishes that you really want to cover up, I think with a second layer, it's going to kind of help out, because with that first layer, it was just kind of separating. And what you really want to do is you make sure you bounce it when you're applying it and not like really patting it hard, because I feel like the harder you pat it in, the more it's going to separate. So for me, I think that's the best way to go. And I'm just going to apply the remaining residue, which is nothing, just down here, because I just want to make sure I kind of get everything. And I don't want to keep going back and layering more and more in the rosacea part, because I feel like the more you layer on texture, it can tend to separate. With foundation and one side without foundation. I think it did a pretty good job. And I feel like when I went in and just kind of added a little bit more on the face, it definitely looks good. And honestly, it doesn't look like a nasty dewy. And when I say nasty dewy, I mean like something looking extremely luminous that like people that have oily skin are like, ugh, what is that? I've noticed that brands have been doing a really good job of making foundations that claim to have a dewy finish, but it still looks like a skin-like dewy finish, not something that's wet. So now we're gonna move on to the side where we will be using the brush. And I'm gonna be putting some product on the back of my hand again. I kind of like this dropper situation, to be honest, because I feel like I can really target how much product I want to release without me feeling like I overuse it, or without me like pumping out too much. So I kind of like the fact that this does come with a dropper. For brush, I'm gonna be using my JH03 brush. This is my Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush. And I'm gonna be taking this and just putting it on this side. And we're gonna begin just patting this product in. This to me right away definitely feels like an everyday foundation, like something you can definitely get away with using on the day-to-day basis without looking like you are too like done up. I also feel like this is a buildable coverage. So with this foundation, it really depends how much you apply is how much your coverage you're gonna get. So if you apply a lot, you'll get a lot of coverage. If you apply a little bit, you can get a more natural everyday sheer finish if that's what you're going for. So I like those type of foundations because I feel like with that, you can really customize it to your personal liking. It's not like you get a high coverage foundation and as soon as you pump it out, you get so much product on. I have to say for me, it looks like it applied better with a brush than with a sponge. I feel like with this one, you guys saw that I had to like add a little bit of product because it was kind of separating off the skin. I don't know if it was because the damp sponge maybe, the wetness of it kind of made things shear out a little bit for a brief second. But with the brush, which has no product, it's not wet whatsoever, I feel like I was able to get a little bit more of an evened out coverage without having product separate. And you guys can see I'm just literally patting this very lightly. Okay, so this is the foundation on the skin. I can definitely see a little bit of that more luminous finish right around here, and that's kind of in the area where I personally tend to get very dewy through the day. But what I can always do is take a little bit of powder and set it. I have to say my texture doesn't really look noticeable. The only issue I had with the texture was when it was separating off the side with the damp sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face, and then I'm gonna come back on camera and give you guys my first initial thoughts, and then we can go ahead and start our day and see where this brand new Physicians Formula Organic Wear Foundation takes us. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup. I will have all the details on this look listed down below in my description box for you guys, so you guys can go ahead and check out some of the products that I am wearing on my face. So I want to quickly talk about the foundation and how it looks on the skin. So I have to say I really like how this is looking. First impressions, I'm very impressed with how it's laying on the skin. With just the finish that it gives me, I feel like it gives me like a nice satin finish, but I also like the fact that it doesn't look too luminous right off the bat, which I really do appreciate. I actually didn't have to go ahead and set the face because I feel like it kind of set perfectly. A very velvety satin like finish that I can appreciate as somebody that does have oily skin. Now I do have to say I did go ahead and bake the under eyes because I always do for creasing purposes, and I had no issues. It completely dusted away really nicely. I used my Kylie loose powder and It looks great now. It doesn't look dry or anything like that. It looks healthy. I do want to talk about one thing that didn't work out for me, and that is as I was applying my concealer, which today I used my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. I've been so obsessed with this concealer. You have to check it out. You can find it at Ulta. Very affordable, and I like it because it's hydrating, which is perfect for this time of the year. But I used this, and I was applying it with my damp sponge. Guys, the foundation was just separating and moving, and I'm gonna insert a picture you guys can see, but I was like, what the F? So what I had to do was I had to retrack, and I had to take my little concealer brush. This is just like a little LA Colors brush that I use. I think it's an eyeshadow brush, but I use it as a concealer brush because it's really soft. I just used this to blend out the concealer, and it blended out perfectly. I had to go back in this area to kind of like add a little bit more product because that's where it's separated, but once I did this instead of the damp sponge, it works so much better. So I definitely recommend applying this Physicians Formula foundation with a brush and not a sponge, because the sponge will absorb a lot of the product and make it separate, and you're not going to be a fan of that. So stay away from damp sponge with this. And I also feel like with dropper foundations, you tend to want to do that as opposed to do something where you're going to be using something that's wet on the face. So I do appreciate that. As for the color, I feel like it ended up working really nicely with me, which I'm happy about, because you guys know that I was a little kind of hesitant about it because I did accidentally pick up the shade medium instead of tan. If I do end up liking this foundation, I'm definitely going to go back and also get the tan, because I think that with medium and tan mixed together, I'll get that perfect happy medium that my skin will definitely appreciate. But I think as of now, once I went ahead and bronzed and kind of added that dimension to the face, it worked great. I think so far so good. Right now it is 9:36 a.m. I was watching Vlogmas while getting ready. I'm so excited. I love watching people's vlogs. They're so cute. It just gets me so in the spirit of Christmas time. But it's early in the morning, so I'm gonna wear this for the entire day. I'll probably come back around maybe like 6 or 7 and give you guys my last final thoughts on this Physicians Formula and whether it's worth the buy or not. I think I forgot to mention this foundation was approximately $11. Do I have anything else to say? No, I think that's it. So I'll see you guys later. And like always, I will also do my in natural lighting check-in so you guys can see how this face looks up close, personal, with natural light. So I'll be seeing you guys in a little bit for all that fun stuff. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is 8 p.m. After a long day, I have to say, I feel like I'm looking really snatched. Like, I am really, really impressed with this foundation. I don't know guys, I think this is worth a buy. Like, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, it looks fabulous. Like, it looks so good. And I do have a little bit of dewiness like around my smile lines, but it's honestly not as bad as I thought it would be. Because you guys know that I do get very oily, like right here on the smile lines. And it doesn't look bad at all. Like, my skin just looks so beautiful and refreshed and ready for the day, and I really appreciate it. I will definitely be purchasing the shade Tan as soon as I see it again. The Walmart that I went to get this was a little bit further away from my typical Walmart, which is about like 10 minutes away. So I think I'm just gonna wait until my closer Walmart gets it so I can get the other shade, because I'm in no rush. I feel like I can still get away with the shade if I mix it with like another one of my perfect shades just a little bit. I definitely see myself using this foundation by itself and also mixing it with some of my favorites like the Kokie Cosmetics one, the Makeup Revolution one. Those are more matte foundations, and I feel like because this is more of like a satin dewy finish, I feel like mixed together it'll give me that perfect happy medium for this winter season where it is cold and things tend to get dry. And I feel like that's exactly what this foundation gave me, that like perfect added hydration that I personally feel like I crave and need with this type of skin that I have going on. I don't know, I just feel like it looks so good and it's still perfectly in place and it's not sticky. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is when foundations feel really sticky at the end of the day and just feel really like nasty, and like I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to take this off. Like, I could still go a few more hours wearing this foundation and I'll be in great shape. I know at the beginning of the video I did mention that I feel like this foundation is going to be one of those foundations that I can wear more so for everyday use, but now after wearing it for a very long day, I could definitely see myself wearing this foundation for like an event at night, or like something where, you know, I want to look super snatched too. Like I mentioned, it is buildable, so you can go from like super natural, and then at the end of the day, if you're going to be going out and you want to continue wearing it, you can add a little bit more if you want to add a little bit more full coverage. But it's definitely a foundation that you can really adjust to your personal liking to make it match your personal needs. So overall, I think this foundation is definitely worth it. So those are pretty much all my thoughts. I think this foundation works for every type of skin, whether you're oily, whether you're dry, whether you're normal, whether you're a combination. I think you can definitely get away with this. So those are all my thoughts. If you have tried this foundation, please let me know what you think down below. I know this is a pretty new foundation, so a lot of you guys probably haven't even heard of it, because I hadn't heard of it until one of you guys mentioned it to me. But I'm so happy you guys mentioned it, because I am hooked, and I'm excited to be using this for the rest of the month, especially right now that December is about to get really cold. I need this type of foundation. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing my foundation reviews. I love doing my worth the buy or not foundation reviews, because I feel like this is the core and heart of my channel. So leave down below what other foundations you want me to review next, and I will definitely be doing those for you guys. What else do I want to say? Oh, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I hope that you enjoyed this video enough to stick around and become a member of family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and become a member. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell, because YouTube is playing games with me. They are not showing my videos, and I need them to show my videos. So hit that notification bell so that you can get notified as soon as I upload every single time, because I always got you guys with some good. So that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.